Hello and welcome to Frugal Over 50. I'm Amy and I'm happy to welcome you here to my channel where we talk about everything related to frugality, minimalism, and intentional living, especially aimed at the needs of the mature woman. Today I want to talk to you about why you need a budget. So first of all, let me state right off the bat that I am talking here to mature women. You see, I've got my glasses on. These are trifocals. I'm going to be reading a computer screen over here, and I really need to be able to see. And I'm talking to other people at that same age and with those same issues. We have been budgeting in one way or another, whether we intended to or not, for a very long time. And when we get to our mid-50s, our 60s, our 70s, beyond, our life circumstances start to change. Maybe they were steady for a while and then children have grown up or are growing up, have left the nest. Maybe we're facing health problems. Maybe our jobs are changing. Maybe we're retiring. And it's possible that what we did budget-wise before doesn't work now. And maybe you're looking for something new to try. That's the position that I was in just a few years ago when I turned 50 and I was like, what I've been doing isn't working. What can I find that will help? You Need a Budget did, and I'll tell you why. They offer 4 rules that help you manage your money. The first rule, I'm reading here off of my computer screen, is called Give Every Dollar a Job. And what that means is that you look to see how much money you have available in your checking account, in your savings account, in the sock under your bed. Don't do that. And then you look to see, what do those dollars need to do? Think of the dollars as your employees. They need to go to work for you. And what do they need to do before you get paid again? Spending dollars you have is rule number 1, giving every dollar a job. Spending dollars you don't have is going into debt. And there are all kinds of ways that people talk about this. YNAB calls it the credit card float. Like, oh, I don't have it, but I need to get this now. Now, sometimes we are in dire straits and we are just doing the best that we can. But if we can at least identify clearly what's the difference between giving the dollars I have, important jobs to do by paying my bills, and where did I run out of money? And am I going into debt? Do I need to increase my income? Do I need to cut back on my expenses? When you give every dollar a job, you can tell. The second rule is called Embrace Your True Expenses. Embrace your true expenses simply means think about what's coming. Don't just think about what's right here in front of your nose, and don't think about the future as this amorphous blob of financial terror. Don't do that. I say that because I was always the person who did that. What's up ahead is just this oncoming train of financial mess. No, it's not. There are specific things that are coming up in the next month, in the next quarter, in the next half year, in the next year, and you know those things are coming. You may not wish that they were coming. You may in fact wish that they weren't coming, but they are. You do need to get your car repaired. You do need to get your insurance paid. You do need to take the dog to the vet. All of these things are coming. Those are true expenses. Rule 3, this is a really important feature of YNAB, roll with the punches. And what this means is that YNAB understands and acknowledges that there is no normal month. You may have identified how much money you have coming in. You may have identified where each dollar is going to go in your current bills. You may have embraced your true expenses, meaning you have written out what's coming months and even a year ahead, and then something happens. This is what happened to me recently. I recounted in my December budget report, I think it was, where I talked to you about how I had to spend money because my washer broke and I thought I had gotten it repaired. No, it was not near repaired. It was completely gone and I had to get a new washer. And because of YNAB's third rule, roll with the punches, I was able to collect the money that I needed so that I could pay for that washer right away. And it is 100% paid for. Now, the way that you roll with the punches is you look at categories that you can take money from so that you can roll with that punch. Sometimes that's really hard, and I have lived through experiences where it just wasn't possible and I went into debt for a while, and it's deeply unpleasant, and I don't recommend that to anybody. In this particular case, I can report success, and I'll tell you how I did it. I took money out of my cash envelope, the beloved 4-envelope system that I use. I just raided that thing, and we've been eating beans and rice, and the kids are happy because they have clean clothes with their beans and rice. So we were able to pay for that washing machine by rolling with the punches and by moving money from one category to another. The fourth rule is the most interesting, and it's the one I have the least expertise about, but I'll try to explain it to you. The rule is age your money. And the idea is that in YNAB, once you achieve a certain amount of success with it, you get a cash cushion underneath you to where you are today living on last month's income. And you're always a month ahead, if not more. And when you get extra money, you apply it to a particular category in your true expenses or even in your regular expenses the next month and the next month and the next month. Now, this is a source of conversation and even debate in the YNAB community, because some people say, why would you do this? Why wouldn't you just have a large emergency fund? And YNAB says, why not plan for specific expenses as far out as you can? I'm not sure where I stand on that. I tend to be more of an emergency fund kind of person, but I'm coming around after 3 or so years of YNABing to the idea of aging money. Now, in order to make this work, what you need to do is have your income and expenses in such a ratio that you are able to get ahead a little bit with every paycheck, and you're not constantly just sort of balancing it out. For those of us who live sort of right on the edge, then there's a couple of things we can do. We can reduce our expenses, or you can increase your income, or usually it's a combination of both. I'm actually working on both sides, and I'm happy to take you along on that journey this year, starting with buying the washer for cash. So I was reducing expenses in another area so I didn't go into debt. And then also I'm going to be talking to you as I go along about how I am working with my new version of my side hustle. It's still in process, and I'm so excited. Whether or not you want to try YNAB, or whether or not you're actually using it or another system, talk to me below in the comments about what's working for you in your budget that you'd like to share with other people. And do you have any questions about YNAB? Anything else that you'd like me to answer? Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you'll give this video a like and subscribe and click that notification bell, and come back next time for more exciting new content about being frugal, being minimal, and being intentional, whether you're a woman over 50 or anybody else. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.